Good evening. Local law enforcement officials will stand side by side with fellow officers mourning the loss of two Syracuse area police officers who were murdered last Sunday while following up on a routine call. 7 News reporter Chad Charette tells us how local agencies will make that trip to Syracuse.
People need to take a really close look at the behavior of society right now.
The flag is flying at half-staff and badges are blacked out at the Jefferson County Public Safety Building. Signs that local law enforcement officials are mourning.
Our hearts go out to the families of the two fallen officers.
What started as a routine traffic stop Sunday ended in the shooting deaths of Onondaga County Sheriff's Lieutenant Michael Husak and Syracuse Police Officer Michael Jensen. Jefferson County Sheriff Pete Barnett says the murders serve as a stark reminder on the dangers of day-to-day police work.
Nowadays, you don't know. With the drugs that are out there, the mental health problems, and just the overall disrespect and lack of caring.
Since the shootings, every step of the way, from the hospital to a procession going to the funeral home, police officers could be seen standing side by side, saluting, crying, and leaning on each other for support. And for the upcoming funerals, various police departments across the North Country will be there to show support, including the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office.
We just are there for support, especially to the families of the fallen officers, as well as support to the two departments that are deeply hurting right now.
It's a difficult time for officers everywhere, but Detective Lieutenant Jason Bottolato with the City of Watertown Police Department, who will also be attending the funeral, says the public sympathy has been reassuring.
People may not say things from day to day, but when a tragedy like this happens, it raises their concerns, and they're sympathetic, towards what we do.
Officer Jensen's funeral is set for Saturday, while Lieutenant Husak's funeral is scheduled for Monday. Members of the Lewis County and Oneida County Sheriff's Departments will also be in attendance. Chad Charette, 7 News.